Hey guys, welcome to Player.net Review. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Cycliq Fly 6. Now this is a product that I've wanted to get my hands on since I saw the Kickstarter, but it's just been freeing my time up and finding a good week to test it. I've had the product for a few weeks and this is my final verdict on the product. It is basically a bike light, but at the same time it records footage, and you basically mount it on your seat post and it faces backwards, so it records everything going on behind you. And some of you might be wondering, ooh, why would I want that? If you've ever been in an accident or had a close call with a car, you know how important it is to tell the police or the authorities about it. But sometimes it's hard when you don't have video footage, and it's hard trying to point the blame at someone. The Cycliq Fly 6 ensures that basically any accident you have is on footage. Now, it records in 720p. It produces 30 lumens of light, which is a lot. It's pretty dulled out right now because I've got studio lighting on, but it is bright enough for cars to see. I will ensure that. And it's got a 6-hour battery life. So all around, you're getting a product that records for about 6 hours, produces a stupidly crazy amount of light, which is amazing for telling other cars that you're there. So it's like a passive, I'm here, don't hit me. You know, if a car did hit you and this was on, then I don't know how they didn't see you, because it is that bright. In regards to how it actually records, it basically loops back on itself, so you could put a 2 gig SD card in it and it would just keep going around and around in circles. It does record at about 30 FPS, so it's plenty to kind of see cars and make them out. I had no problems kind of getting the footage off, and all of that was just simply awesome. Now this does weigh apparently 4 ounces, which is 113 grams, so it's a little bit on the heavy side, but I didn't really notice it too much. Now the cool thing about the Fly 6, although I've already tested this now so it won't do it, is when it's on its side for a few seconds, basically this is kind of like a I've fallen off my bike mode. The Cycliq will say, oh, he's obviously fallen off, let's protect the footage. So what it does is it actually stops recording after an hour to prevent looping back and deleting your footage, which is a cool feature, one which has already been tested. Now, in regards to what I think of the product, it costs £100. The video quality is amazing. There's only one exception to the video quality, which is actually the nighttime recording is a bit choppy. Like halogen lights really drown out the overall gorgeousness of what was nice footage in the daylight. Sometimes if you've got a bright source of light, this actually goes for any video recording device, so I'm not going to pick at it. Like direct light will probably distort your image a bit. Obviously if you get any mud on it, you're going to get a bad picture. Now the product does claim to be waterproof, and it is. I mean, I was riding trails, I was riding woods, I was riding roads. I went through some rock gardens already wet, and the product just did not stop recording. I was so surprised. It's very rare when a product actually claims, oh yeah, I'm waterproof than this. I was going to dump it in some water, because they did that on their Kickstarter video, but I thought best not. They've already done that. Quite like this. But for the sake of, you know, product testing, I did what every kind of day stuff would be. So again, perfect video quality, amazing design. The design of the actual attachment is something that I really like. You've got these basically rubber tension systems. So you affix a seat post, it's like a wedge, one of these. So basically what this does is it fixes a nice good grip to your seat post. Obviously all the seat posts are different, so you've got like an aero, I think it's an aero something grip for like super skinny seat posts. And yeah, so there is one in here for pretty much all bikes. And then basically you just put it on the back of one of these, and then this clips on, and then you use the tensioners. And obviously they come in different sizes, so you've got like small ones, you've got big ones. My overall thoughts on the product is nothing but praise. Like, there isn't anything about the Fly 6 I don't like. I'd say that as far as my review goes, it's nothing but praise. It's getting a 5 out of 5 for performance, simply because A, the lights are really bright, the footage is good, great battery life. Design wise, it's obviously going to get a 5 out of 5. Because it's a battery strapped to a camera that produces this much light for a continued period, is just really good. And I just love the fact that they've thought about all these seat posts, and they've designed the product to be usable by anyone. Not just kind of, you know, crazy super serious road racers. They've designed a product for everyone. And for the sake of capturing what could be potential accidents, you know, it does happen. It's just one of those products I can't say this is a bad product, because it does exactly what it says on the tin, and its purpose is just so great. Value wise, it's £100. It's not even £100, I think it's like £99.99, which is a bargain. I mean, a GoPro costs £300, some action cams cost £60–70, but this is purpose built. You know, you can take it out the packet, you can stick it on your bike, and it takes less than a few minutes, excluding obviously charging it up. On my longer rides, I took along a portable battery charger with me, and used that to kind of juice it up if I really needed it. So all around, just an impeccable product, and it will be getting the Platinum Award from us today, which is something that I think this is the first product since I joined Player that I've actually given to a product, and it's for all the reasons I've said. It's just all around an amazing product. Like, if someone came up to me and they were like, I'm looking for something to stick on my bike that's a light, I'd be like, well, why don't you spend the extra and get a Fly 6? I think the entire cycling community should have one. The only shame is that more people don't have them, because I think if more people had them, then if there was more campaigns about cyclists using these devices, cars might be a little bit nicer to cyclists. Obviously, sometimes there are cyclists who are a bit on the other edge, but the Fly 6 is all around perfection. And it's been a pleasure reviewing it. I wanted to say thanks to Cycliq. And I wanted to say thanks to them again and again and again, because I've never had so much fun reviewing a product, especially one that's kind of close to heart. I mean, if you've ever fallen off a bike or you've ever been in an accident, then you'll understand what it's like. So I hope that if you maybe someone who's a little less confident because you've had an accident, you should maybe buy the Fly 6. If you're someone who does a lot of commuting, you spend a lot of time in the saddle, the Fly 6 is something I consider. The only people who I can't see buying one of these is people who maybe don't ride on roads. For instance, if you're like a towpath rider, you like your canal paths, you like all that sort of stuff. It's a bit of an iffy matter, but if you spend a lot of time on the road, it's a great product. The only thing I would say about it is don't forget to take it off your bike when you go into the shops, because you don't want someone coming along and robbing this, because it is an expensive product. And it's just all around amazing.